Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So, finally, after a year of having this doll, this Tiffany doll, I bought her a year ago, and right off the bat, a year ago, since buying her, she had this rip on this side of her leg. She had this rip on this side of her leg right here. Um, Now, I didn't want to make a video of showing how I fixed it. To some people, it wouldn't look that great, but I mean, I tried my best. I did close the gap, at least. I closed the whole gap of where it was ripped. I closed the whole gap, I knotted it off. I did even see, like, when you're done sewing, what you should do is pull on, kind of touch the area that you re-sewed, so it doesn't come open and all the thread doesn't come loose. I did that, and it stayed put. It didn't come loose, but sadly, the thing that I had to end up doing was I had to take a lot of stuffing out of her leg, and the reason I had to do that because it was just too hard to sew her with all this stuffing in her leg. It was too hard, and this is how much I had to legitimately take out of her leg there. This is how much. So it was really hard to sew her leg back together with all this stuffing in it, so I took it out. But good news, I have a huge bag of stuffing downstairs, a huge bag. This will go to good use because, if you don't know, for maybe newer people, I do buy here and there rare Chucky dolls from the 90s, or possibly, yeah, from the 90s. Yeah, I buy some Chucky dolls from the 90s, so, and what I like to do is, sometimes they might look like they're in good condition. Sometimes they might look like they're in good condition, and they are, but over time, their bodies might lose a little bit of stuffing, so I'll just repack them with, some stuffing like I did for this doll. This doll originally, he couldn't even stand. This 1996 Spencer's Chucky doll, he couldn't even stand, so I ended up buying a big bag off eBay for $1. Ended up just restuffing his whole body, and now you can see he can stand up. So, but yeah. So that's why I have a big bag of stuffing, because I'll buy some rare Chucky dolls from eBay or from some website, and they'll be in good condition, but just from over time, their stuffing just, I guess how would you call it? I guess it kind of like disintegrates in a way, and sometimes the dolls won't even be ripped. They won't even be ripped, so they'll just be, losing their stuffing from over time. They won't even be ripped. But, so yeah, I ended up, after a year of having her, for a while, I was like, well, it's how I bought her, just leave it alone. But then, it started bothering me. So I was like, you know what? Why not just re-sew her leg, which is this part, this leg. And I had to end up re-sewing. Now, the funny thing is, this leg on this side isn't ripped. This leg on this side isn't ripped, and it has not just the stuffing that's in it now, but probably as much as this stuffing right here that this leg on this side originally had. But it was just too hard. It was too hard to re-sew it, and every time I was trying to re-sew it with that much of stuffing and that leg right here, the string would just break and come apart. So I was like, well, that's not a good thing. So I ended up taking some of the stuffing out of her leg. You can see she can still stand up, so I mean, there's a lot of stuffing still in her leg. She can still stand up, which is a good thing. It shows that there's a lot still in her leg, but, yeah, though. So I fixed it. Her leg should be fixed. It shouldn't come apart. If it does, then I'm gonna fucking leave it alone, because it was a hassle sewing her fucking leg together. It legitimately was a hassle. I mean, I did get it done. It's over with now, but, oh, anyways, I guess you would say fixed Bride of Chucky Tiffany doll, and I know this is one of the, guess you would say, rare kind of ones now, because they no longer sell her like this, with the leather jacket and stuff. They have a whole new version of her, and a whole new talking version as well, so, so what, this is the 4th Tiffany doll that came out at a time, at one point, the 4th one. Now they got a new one, which is the 5th one, so, but I mean, people are probably going to tell me you should have just left her how she is if she's kind of rare now, but, me, I like sewing my dolls. I like, to not worry about later on, the rip's getting worse or something like that. So, because I do know if you don't end up fixing that, over time it could get worse and the rip could get bigger, and you don't want that to happen. So, you don't want that to happen. So I ended up fixing her leg. She can still stand. She has a lot of stuffing still in her leg there, but anyways, she's fixed. Maybe another time I'll show you how I fixed it. It doesn't look the best to how I fixed other dolls, but like I said, it was just extremely hard to do. So maybe another time I'll show you how I fixed it, but I mean, it is fixed. It is closed, and it is knotted off, so like, comment, subscribe, and I'll throw the rest of this stuffing downstairs to use on other Chucky dolls I buy in the future. So, anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Fixed Tiffany doll, finally, after a year of having her.